What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here. It's been a while. This will be probably the second video you guys see back on the channel, and I want to talk about the crazy updates that have come and or are coming in the next few weeks. Let's just quickly read through this update announcement. And welcome back. So this has already been covered by a lot of other content creators. I've watched those videos, so I know this is kind of going to be a little bit of a sort of a retelling of the story, but I know some of you guys like to watch my content. You like to hear me talk about this kind of stuff and give my perspective, so I wanted to quickly read over some of these changes. Some of the things have already come into the game. Some of them are coming very soon, so let's just kind of read through it. So one of the biggest things that actually just came in literally, I believe, yesterday or this morning, something along those lines. For me, it's probably a few days afterwards when you see this video, but we have a new mount, Nemesis, has been added to the Void Rift. New features, the background fight and the friendly face-off are being introduced in the near future, not to mention various optimizations, including higher faction trial challenge efficiency and a larger artifact storage. All of these things are great. I'm very excited. Let's read about the specifics. So we have this new mount Nemesis that's being added. So Void Rift actually went down temporarily on 226 at, I believe it was at midnight. Yep, there you go, at midnight. And a lot of people were freaking out because they're like, wait a minute, why can't I do my Void Rift? What happened to it? And the answer to that is they didn't want people to get screwed over by doing their Void Rift prior to this change coming in, because it wasn't coming in right at the weekly reset, but later in the week. And so because of that, they wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to get their Nightmare Void Rift shards for Nemesis. So very actually good that they did this. I wish they would have made it a little more obvious. Not everyone comes in here and reads through this stuff. Maybe put a notice that like pops up as soon as the game launches, or send a mail or something along those lines, just to make it so people don't freak out as much. Would have been really nice. But other than that, very happy that they did take Void Rift down so people didn't make that mistake, because I know they made that mistake last time when they added in the new exclusive artifact currency, which was a big deal. A lot of people were very frustrated by that. Then, of course, we have background fight. I'm really, really excited about this, particularly because it means that we can do fights while doing other things. I mean, it seems kind of obvious that that's what it is, but it means that we can go and we can do Gear Raid 3 farming or AMR farming or whatever farming we want to do, but then also be able to do things such as Void Rift or gear swapping or gear upgrading, things like that. This could be really, really helpful for example, if you're trying to snipe somebody in a battle, but you also need to do something else, like you're preparing for guild wars, and you need to make sure that all of your champions have gear and they're in the right spots, and resets happening, but there's also an event that's about to end, and so you need to be farming Gear Raid 2 or Gear Raid 3. Very, very helpful. I'm excited about this. This is coming on 3/12 at midnight UTC 8, and of course we will get a message in the mail letting us know that this has come into the game. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Do keep in mind that there is a potential that this is a little buggy right off of the bat, so do be careful. Make sure you're watching it for the first few attempts at least, which I know sounds weird because the whole concept of this is to not have to watch it. But to be careful, just make sure you're getting your rewards, you're not using too much energy, things like that. And if you do run into those issues, make sure to send a support ticket so that they can get it taken down and fixed quickly. That is a big, big deal. Then we have the friendly face-off. This is actually really exciting as well. This is also coming on 3/12, and this is going to allow us to be able to initiate battles between guild members and friends. And the reason this is really important is because it's going to allow us not only to practice for things like arena, but also be able to practice for guild war, which I think is probably the biggest things. One of the most annoying things that I have really seen when it comes to guild war is not being able to test my own defense. And this is going to be able to do that. I'm going to be able to go to one of my guild members and be like, hey, I'm trying a new defense. Go try and beat it, right? Let me know how you beat it, if you could beat it, so that I can make adjustments. I can add or remove gear. I can change artifacts, right? Various different things. And I think it's going to make for a lot of really fun theory crafting and allow us to theory craft faster, which is the biggest thing, because at this point we've kind of figured out this season of GVG, but when it comes to the next one, where we have a brand new map or brand new demon soldiers that get added to the game, it's going to be a lot more difficult right off of the bat. But now we'll be able to set defenses and test it with our guild members, which I think is really exciting. And I'm definitely excited to sort of have a day of, hey, let's go test each other's defenses. So super, super excited about this. Hopefully it works out really nicely and allows us to make some really cool stuff. Here we go. Next one is faction trials. So challenge chances will not be consumed for the first clearance. This is actually really exciting because that means that for those of you who haven't started playing the game until recently, you're not going to be locked behind a potentially 4-week process to be able to get to max faction trials. Now, of course, you're probably not going to be able to do all 12 on day one, but for those of you who maybe are on like 2 or 3 and you get a huge spike in a specific faction, now you'll be able to just go all the way to 6, 7, 8, or 9 or wherever you are without using your daily occurrences, so then you can then farm on the higher difficulty, which is really, really exciting. I love that. And then note, if you've already challenged faction trial before the update, regardless of your number of attempts, you will be recorded as having fully consumed all of your challenge chances once the update goes live. Please be aware. So basically just don't use all of your stuff before the update goes through. Then we have Guild War updates, which is exciting. Let's see. So Demon Soldier Necromancer increased the cooldown of Twisted Resurrection by 1 second, but reduced its initial cooldown by 1 second. That's really cool. Demon Captain Ma, Impalement now deals true damage based on attack, so making him a little bit stronger, I believe. Demon Soldier Scourge slightly reduced Scourge's HP, a little bit weaker. And then the Ghoul Hound slightly reduced the Ghoul Hound's attack. I don't think that's a really big deal. The other ones are interesting. The Maw, I think, is really good for those of us that have Maw. Really cool. The rest of them it's okay. I think the Necromancer is a little bit weaker now. You're going to get off the initial summon like right off of the rip a little bit faster, but then each repetitive one is going to be just an extra second slower, which is probably good overall. Then we have some bug fixes. Fix the issue with the enemy targeting logic of Demon Soldier Merkling. Okay, fix the issue with the attack range of Demon Captain Ma's ultimate is inconsistent. Okay, all makes sense. Here we go. Big one, big one, big one, big one. Artifact storage expansion. The storage limit of artifacts has been increased from 200 to 300. This is ridiculous. Just don't have a cap. This is one of the things in games that I've never, ever understood. There shouldn't be caps on storage, guys. I know that it's part of the game and they want you to spend your gems to, open it up. Fine. Make it a one-time purchase of 1,000 gems to remove the cap from storage. I would pay that gladly. I think most players would be willing to spend 1,000 gems to just remove the limit of gear. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world, especially if you're using the background fight that's coming and or you have a lot of auto battles. Like right now, I think I have like 1,600 auto battles because I've been playing kind of passively over the last few weeks. I've been able to stock up my auto battles. And so if I wanted to just go and dump all of my gems into energy right now and farm 1,600 things in Gear Raid 3, I couldn't, because I would run into gear storage problems, right? Same thing with artifacts. Right? I would have to go and sell and go and sell and craft and sell and craft and sell. It would take forever. Just remove the limit. Just get rid of it. Who cares? It can't be that difficult. And if it is that difficult, fine. Find a way to do it. Give it to us 3 months from now, whatever. As long as it takes, get whatever you can to get it done. I think it's ridiculous. Anyways, optimized hero promotion feature. You can now view the promotion materials required by all grades at the same time. This is actually really exciting. I'm hoping that with the way they do this is that they allow us to just click promote, and it will just be like, how far do you want to promote? And then be able to see how much we need. So I want to go all the way to promotion 6. Okay, I need to go get 3 purples and 10 golds, whatever, right? Either way, I'm really excited to see how this comes in. It's going to be good. Optimize the gear ascend page by introducing filter in the display of secondary attributes. That's really nice. Optimize gear recast by introducing filter. Great. Heroes visit. More heroes will visit the camp now. I'm not sure if this means we're going to get it more often, if we're going to have a chance to get more than one quest, or if it's going to be just different heroes, right? Like we may see a different type of hero, like Nocturne will show up or whatever, right? We'll see though. Introduced new challenge stage quests and adjusted the difficulties of dispatch quests. Doesn't seem too crazy, but overall, nice changes. I'm definitely looking forward to some of the stuff that is coming. That is really exciting. So hopefully this stuff comes soon. And it works really well when it comes, right? Obviously, we know these are coming 312. I'm assuming the rest of this stuff is also coming 312, but I'm not seeing any dates. But I feel like it's fair that these are probably coming 312, or they're coming 226, and I just haven't seen them, which is totally possible. Either way, though, let me know in the comment section down below what you're thinking about these changes, if you're excited about them, if you would change anything about them, etc. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see my content when it goes live in the future. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.